fatezero, last 12 episodes. We're hopping right into it. TrashBag Vs Anime. In a world based off an eroge game, which really aren't games or are more like porn. Characters are designed like incest between E.T. and the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Notre Dame? Google it.
Notre Dame. Notre Dame.
7 mages fight in a battle royale for the Holy Grail, but only 3 mage families will do whatever it takes to obtain it. Picking up after the last 12 episodes, we're still fighting Castor in his hentai-powered tentacle mobile in the middle of the city. We have Saber, Alexander the Great, Lancer, all fighting together to beat Castor as he's trying to take as many souls as possible to power up. Meanwhile, we have Gilgamesh fighting Berserker in the background, which has no relevance. It's just something to cut away to, which is kind of a move, to be honest, because some of the fight scenes is hype immediately. Biggest moment in this like first or second episode is Saber revealing her Excalibur and her noble phantasm, which was superb. The teamwork between them, it's not that bad. Everyone gets their little shine. It's nothing too crazy. One thing I forgot about coming into these last 12 episodes was that one character or mage was already dead, right? Assassin was already dead. We came into these 12 episodes with only 6 characters available. So we had Castor, Lancer, Rider, Berserker, Saber, and then Gilgamesh, Archer, right? After the first 2 episodes and Castor dies in the river, they waste no time killing everybody else off, because immediately after fighting Castor, Saber goes and meets up with Lancer to finish their bout, but Emiya is a cold-blooded mother. So he ends up killing off his master and causing him to kill himself. Then Ryder runs into Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is so broken, it was just disappointing to watch. I was hoping for something a little more satisfying. Berserker, he's just there. I'll be honest, he's the wild card that no one gives a about. And Saber, she doesn't get a satisfying last battle, but I guess it's not really about Saber, because in between all of this we get the backstory on Emiya and the reason why he is, which I wanted a backstory on the church dude. I don't know his name. Put it up here. But wait, let me not get too far ahead of myself. The first 3/4 of the series is really about Saber, getting to understand Saber, her plight with being a good king and her sacrifices. But then there's a flip. When Emiya kills the master of Lancer, Saber and Emiya have a discussion about what are you willing to sacrifice to save lives. Emiya is willing to kill as many people as possible to get the grail to end suffering, period. But Saber is not willing to sacrifice or tarnish her honor in order to save others. We get this in the backstory of Emiya. The only thing he learns or knows how to do in life is kill others, and he does this in an instant with no second thought. Whoever he deems that needs to die or is a cancerous cell in the body on this earth, he eradicates. And it gets shown in the end, the last episode, in the end scene when he's inside the grail and it asks him, would you sacrifice 200 people to save 300? And he's willing to sacrifice 200 people without trying to make an exception or think of another way to go about it. The only way he sees these things getting done is with people dying. So when I look at the entire story of fatezero, this is like the second layer. The first layer is the fight for the grail, the 7 mages and everything. The second layer is Emiya revealing his true nature, as he doesn't look for any other objectives. He only has one in mind. And it's just something that reveals his true intentions. And then on that third layer, that deepest layer, is going to be Kotomine finding himself and finding an actual purpose, no matter how sick and deplorable that shit is. Meanwhile, all this is going on, Gilgamesh is having these conversations with Kotomine in the background, as Kotomine lost Assassin early on in the fight for the Grail. So he has a lot of time to chat with Gilgamesh in the bottom of the church. During this time, Gilgamesh provides and questions him, what truly makes him happy? What is his purpose? Is this the extent of him just serving someone else? And when they get to the root of it, Kotomine is just a dick, dude. Kotomine ends up killing Tokomi, Rin's father, with the knife that he presents to him as being such a good helper, I guess, servant, student, right? And this is the most obvious anime betrayal I've ever seen. I think this man just wanted to die. To be honest, I don't even blame Kotomine for this. It's not his fault. I'm not victim blaming or anything, I promise. All right, so correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Kotomine was a mercenary before this and felt bad for the things he did, or his father ridiculed him for the things he did. So then he joined the church and followed in his father's footsteps, and then suppressed his twisted nature till talking with Gilgamesh, and then it came out, and he gave in to his twisted desires. That he gets off on seeing people suffer. So this is what he does now. He makes people suffer. And ooh, he's a bad guy. So by the end of the season, we're left with these two twisted. They're both going for the Grail with some damn bad intentions. So of course everything goes to hell and back. The Grail erupts. There's lava, fire, whatever it is, spewed out all over the city. Absolute destruction. Everyone's dead. Kotomine's alive. Gilgamesh is naked. Emiya is running around praying or asking like if he could save anyone, because this isn't his idea of what he wanted to happen. Ends up finding a little boy, and this is who he takes in and nurtures, because this is his redemption. And then we go into Fate Stay Night. We'll get into that. So for these last 12 episodes, I didn't really have a favorite one. I guess the first or the second episode when Saber uses her noble phantasm, I guess that would be my favorite episode. By the end of the season, it felt like things were getting a little messy, but there was no true hero of the story, and I guess that's why it felt messy. Like it felt like something is missing. But overall, liked it. Fate Zero was great, and I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. We're doing Fate Stay Night. So, subscribe, like, whatever.